I work as a sales professional. I got interested in the law of attraction. I was at a point in my life where I was getting bored with life and wanted to start feeling better. I was making decent money, around $90,000 a year, but at the time I wanted more and I felt like having more material things and money would make me feel happier. So I started with learning about the law of attraction and quantum physics, started writing things down, and trying to focus my thoughts. I got into the hustle culture with the main goal of making $250,000 plus a year. I was unsuccessful. I quit my job, got into something entrepreneurial, and ended up almost bankrupting myself and fell into a deep depression. I struggled for a while, and for about 5 years I was in an up and down roller coaster, emotionally and financially. My main focus was making money, and that's what I thought about all the time. But my thoughts were more, I need to have more money instead of I have money, and I know more money is coming. After a while, my priorities kind of switched. I had kids and a wife. My thoughts started to change. Instead of desiring more money all the time, I was only focused on how I was feeling. I realized that I didn't want more money, I just wanted to feel better. Happy, fulfillment, joy, etc. I started finding things in my life that I was grateful for. I had a pretty crappy job that was paying me $50,000 a year plus commission, but I wasn't making any commission at all. But we had enough to live, and I started feeling happier. I was focused on providing the best life I could for my kids and my wife. I also realized that hustle culture wasn't going to make me feel good. I wanted balance, and I didn't want to work 60 hours a week. I started going to a performance psychology clinic, and my therapist was also a law of attraction guy. He helped me get better control over my thoughts and reinforced that my new way of thinking was the correct path. I started to feel excited. In 2021, I got a random call. It was from a recruiter who had a job opportunity for me. Instantly my gut kicked in and told me that this was an opportunity one needed to take action on, and I did. I told him I was interested, got an interview, and was hired within 1 week. This new job allowed me to work either from home or from a leased single office space in my home city that they provided. I got paid for a company truck, good benefits, completely flexible working hours, unlimited vacation, and it was 100% commission. Every ounce of my being was telling me that this was my path. Things started a little slow, but I was feeling amazing. The role fit me perfectly, and the work started to not even feel like work. It was easy. In my first year I made around $80,000. I knew I wanted to make more, but no part of me ever stressed about money, and I didn't even really try to make more. Through my performance psychology work, my only focus was on making genuine connections with people, something that I historically always felt was a waste of time. I didn't have a lot of friends and didn't make many meaningful connections, but I was changing rapidly. I started to crave connections. I started talking to my existing clients like they were close friends. I wasn't selling them anything, I was just connecting, genuinely interested in them. Curious about their lives and their families. If something went wrong with how my company was servicing them, I felt bad, like I was letting a family member down. My focus was on serving others, without expecting anything in return. My clients started making positive comments about me online, I started getting referrals, and leads were just pouring in. My boss said I was the best hire he ever made, and told me he doesn't need to manage me and to just go out and do my thing. I wasn't cold calling at all, and I was only working maybe 4 to 5 hours a day. In my second year, I made $125,000. I didn't even notice when I crossed over the $100,000 mark, because I was too focused on others, my kids, etc. Now here I am in my third year, and in the last 6 months, I'm averaging between $15,000 to $20,000 per month. I work whenever I want, I drive and pick up my kids every day. We just got back from a week in Mexico, and my life feels fantastic. I don't think about money that much, I just continue to focus on how I'm feeling. And regardless of outside circumstances, I hold myself accountable for how I'm feeling. It has been by far the most important aspect in trying to change my life. I realized that the only thing that matters is how I feel, and I'm in control of that 100% of the time. I feel free and untouchable because whatever the outside world throws at me, I will continue to feel excited, fulfilled, and grateful. This is the key to designing the life that you want. I'll break it down into steps. 1. Decide what you want your life to look like. 2. Decide to be happy now, regardless of your circumstances. This was probably the hardest part, but the key for me was focusing on others and serving them, which I had no idea would bring me the level of fulfillment that it did. 3. Practice every day and at every opportunity controlling your thoughts. If someone pisses you off, bring it back. Get the short of the stick, and bring it back. If someone screws you over, bring it back. Always bring it back internally, and take responsibility for everything. Don't blame others, and remove your ego from every single thing you do. 4. Then just sit back and let the universe put everything into order for you. Trust your gut and take some risks. Act with the confidence that no matter the outcome, you will still feel amazing because that's something you will always control. That's all there is to it. For me now at this point, I'm starting to be able to change my brain waves on command, and from what I understand, this is where things start to get fun. When I close my eyes, I can put myself into theta brainwave state. For anybody who hasn't experienced this, it's wild. I lose awareness of my body and surroundings, and it feels like I'm transported to a different universe. I see images, colors, and patterns, and I hear messages. I know that sounds kooky ducks, but it's true. I'm practicing getting into the state and once in it, trying to have some control over the direction it goes. Overall, I feel like I have taken many leaps forward in expanding my consciousness in the last 3 years. It's hard to put into words, but just know that this universe is a profoundly mystical place, and the feelings you get from being inwardly focused will bring you more joy and happiness than money or anything in the outside world ever could. I went from depression and making $4,000 a month to $20 a month in less than 3 years, and the happiest I've ever felt in my life by just changing the way I think.